such an asshole.
All right, I've always had this idea that I should just, because look, I linked, I think, the Bachelor Pad Economics down below, but okay, that's a 500-page book, and any book else I have is around 200 or so. And there's a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice, and the problem with individual bits of advice or granular bits of wisdom is they're individual to each situation. That doesn't give you a policy to follow. Now, let's say I die, all right, and you just don't want to read my books. I came up with this, like, what do I do? How do I get out of poverty? I say, well, what you ought to do is look at the group of people who are at best staying out of poverty, the richest group of people, and that would be your Asians, or in this case, Asian Americans. That's why I put that's the American math team. Did you notice something about them? Huh? And what I like about it is, you say, well, it's the Asian. So you think, of course, everything has to be viewed for the lens of race. The client here is Latino, as we'll find out later. Look, guys, quickest way out of this. What are the Asians doing? You say, well, that is racial. No, it's not. It's their behaviors and actions that just happen to correlate higher with Asians than other races. There are still nerdy white people and nerdy black people and nerdy girls who are math geeks and they work hard to. And you'll find out, hey, I knew one guy, this is going way back in the day. He was a computer programmer, black dude from Africa. Guess what? He made a lot more than Cappy did. And why? Well, he studied hard, got straight A's, and majored in computer science, computer programming, or whatever it was. And this is why the Democrats don't want you, and I'm being serious about this, is why socialist Democrats, they don't want you to ever think about action. They don't want you to have like a solution. You don't want you to like figure it out like, oh, it's actions. It's with, I can do this, and if I do these things, I'll be just as rich as those guys. So great policy that, you know, like if I'm not around or you can't afford asshole consulting, here's a great policy. What would an Asian do? I think he'd study hard and go major in engineering. And you'd be surprised how that simple bit of wisdom and advice would solve a lot of your problems. And so we have a good story here. He happens to be Latino, but here's a happy story. Hey, asshole, if there's one thing I could count on for an asshole, it's to tell the truth, how it should be said. I needed someone like you much earlier in life, but finding your YouTube channel, reaching your books at the age of 19. Dude, that's great. Imagine if you found it at 29, you'd be hosed, right? So you found it at 19. That's great. You're going to do way better now. It's not bad. Let me tell you your advice, though tough to swallow at first. I don't know why it's so hard to swallow the truth. You will drown if you jump in that lake with a cinder block tied to you. But I want to jump in the lake with the cinder block. You will cripple yourselves in debt if you major in women's studies. And you will not find love because you will be an insufferable person and a fat woman on top of it. All right, fine, go do it. I don't care anymore. How hard is truth? Tough to swallow at first has helped me save my future from being a miserable like my peers. I'm 22 now and have much to learn, but I'll quickly list some of the things I've changed because of you. Now, just listen to it. You tell me if this has anything to do with what the Democrats insist it does, race, gender, traits, just traits in general, right? Switch majors from finance to computer science. Love computer science ever since the switch. That has nothing to do with how you were born. Learning to code to become a software engineer. I enjoy coding too. Again, not having to do. You tell me anywhere that, oh, I can't do it because I'm a woman. Going into hiking, camping, and backpacking. Again, zero debt. Learn to smoke and appreciate cigars. I was like, wait, smoke cigarettes is bad. Okay, good. Stop being a liberal normie conformie. All right. Kicked my video gaming habit. That's for the boys. Became more socially and social aware. Took an IQ test. Think I was mildly mentally impaired. Ended up scoring 135. It is amazing how many people think that they are stupid because they're... Look, teachers are too stupid to identify whether you're smart. All right? They're just going to... You don't obey. Your GPA, your grades are not whether you're smart enough. They're whether you obey a stupid person, your teacher. Whereas if you're bored in school and falling asleep, get your IQ tested. Got a motorcycle. Again, everyone can do that. Explored libertarianism. Big open door policy there. Took up martial arts, got over my last breakup and my one-itis for her. Good man. Read the majority of your books, Curse the High IQ, Bachelor Pad Economics, etc. Stop blaming others for my problems and learn to be accountable for my life. Ooh. Boy, the Democrats really like selling you, you tradists. You people who value your trade. That's really what's sad is the Democrats are like, they give you this lie. You have value because of that trait you were born with, which is so stupid. Oh, because of this color of my skin, I have value? Yes. Because I have brown eyes and a penis, I have value? Yes. How? Well, you just do. And anyone who tells you different is discriminating, racist, sexist, whatever. Iest. Ooh, it's the blue-eyed people. You know why you're poor, Aaron? Why? Because the blue-eyed people keep you down. They do? Yeah. No. Oh, were you a dumbass and had kids as a teenager? You were? That ain't Whitey's fault. Oh, you majored in dumbass shit and then doubled down with a master's in public health? Don't blame the patriarchy, sweetheart. Stop blaming others for my problems and learn to be accountable for my life. I think that is the most hated sentence ever uttered on the interwebs. I just uttered it. You wrote it. So please, Democrats and YouTubes, don't send an assassin to kill me. I'm just reading what's on the screen. Don't shoot the messenger. That probably is the most hated sentence right now in the United States. I could go on, but I know you appreciate brevity despite this message being long as it is. No, it's not. You got to the point. Trust me. You want to see a long one, I'll show you a long one. But seriously, thank you, Aaron. I see the lives of my peers, and I can't help but feel bad for them. Yeah, it is sad, isn't it? Because like you're right there, like, look, all you have to do is these things, and you'll be fine. And this is where I really appreciate Turd Flinging Monkey, where I disagree with him on a lot of things, but he's darn right about one thing. Poor people want to be poor. Their ego and pride reigns supreme. The only thing stronger than that is laziness. And they absolutely cannot accept the fact and don't want to accept the fact that they are largely responsible for their own situation in life. And then they do not want to put the work in to get out. They're just deathly afraid of work. And look at homeless. I mean, homelessness, you'd rather be homeless, living in the heat or the cold, starving, worrying about getting by to the next, than just get a job. That's how powerful and fearful laziness is, the fear of work. You'd rather be homeless than just get a job. It's sad. It's like they heard your advice and purposely did the opposite. Yeah, they will. And then they'll call me sexist, bigoted, homo, whatever. Like I said before, I have learned much things I do before I'm truly successful. But for now, I like the way my life is going. Yeah, you're in the don't F up stage, okay? That's it. Just don't F up. Don't get a girl pregnant. Don't commit no crime. Don't do no drugs. Don't major in stupid shit. Right? The do not F up stage. I like to hear your responsive video format. Maybe it'll convince the young audience members that you do know what you're talking. No. Dude, in short, my entire career has been trying to get people out of poverty, either quite directly or not so indirectly. People do not want that. People want free shit and no responsibility. That's it. The vast majority of people, American or not, want to be taken care of, and they don't want to work for a living. They don't want to do anything with their lives. They want to stay at home and play video games or watch girly shows and eat bonbons, get pregnant, spit out kids, not raise their kids, collect a government check. That's half the reason we have ourselves a labor shortage right now. That is human nature. And to give you just a little bit of additional advice, because you're going to have to interact with people in the future, you might see, oh, I got agency. I could do this and excel, and you could basically enjoy your life. You can make your life count. You see this. The vast majority of people don't want that. The vast majority of people want to waste their life because living your life is hard. It takes effort. You know, even something that I think is fun takes a lot of effort, like, climbing a mountain. I enjoy hiking, but most people look at, and I finally figured it out. Most people are like, why would you do that? I'm like, oh, that's right. You're a normal person who might as well be dead because you don't cherish life, you don't cherish your opportunities, and you want to be a fat, lazy fuck watching your fucking movies. I get it. You're not even alive. You're a robot. Here's some government money. Vote for me. It's those people's fault. Okay, I will do op. Buy your sports car. That'll make you happy. Yeah, and you got to realize most people don't want to live life. Most people want to live a zombie life. I would say it's a metaphorical death. Like they don't want to live. They just want to exist. No, there's a perfect. None of them want to live. None of them. They only want to exist. And if you try to be one of these living people, like, hey, let's get out there and do something. It could even be something fun. Let's go for a motorcycle ride across the country. You're not going to get takers. And you're certainly not going to get, hey, let's get into exercise and go running and whatever it is. Let's learn to work on guns or motorcycles. Oh, man, I want to eat my donuts. So save your time. You may be strong medicine, but you're worth every drop of knowledge. I don't know how people just survive the misery they do making themselves poor. That's way worse. Way worse. Yeah, and I am worth every drop. And I'll set aside humility and humbleness. No, I'm damn good. And when I say I'm the best damn economist in the world, I'm only half joking. Let me know how much it'll be and hope to hear you back from you soon. Just to read through it, yeah, okay. I don't know if you like quotes. P.S. I don't know if you like quotes or not, but I often find this one to apply to your channel in general. If the truth made you uncomfortable, blame the lies that made you comfortable. Yeah. And the good news is, I mean, yeah, you're going to be lonely. You're going to be ostracized from your groups. Esther type respond. I want to know if you agree with if I'm doing the right way. Yeah, you're not wasting your life. You're going to go out and live it, whatever it is. And maybe any crucial advice I'm forgetting to do as a 22-year-old graduating next year. Please email the link once it's put. Yeah, I'll do that. There's, like I said, if I'm not around, you need general guidance. You know, it's like, okay, what are the Asians doing? That's a generally good rule to follow. It's simple. We can all understand. What would Asians do? WWAD. Karen Little Bracelet. What would Asians do? What would Joe do? He'd smoke a lot of cigarettes and shoot. He'd shoot everyone and smoke a lot of cigarettes. That's what Joe Hollenbeck would do. No one's going to get that one. But a WWAD, what would Asians do? Pretty good thing to follow. I do a lot of exploring and reconnaissance. Figure out where you want to live first. The hard part of your life is not going to be the stuff you do, because you're going to enjoy work and labor because it'll be towards a larger goal, and you've gotten past that. It's going to be dealing with like loneliness, especially in your peer group. I mean, your average 22-year-old is a fucking moron, and they're lazy. I just went to this coffee store. I looked around, and I'm not a break. I looked, and I'm like, I could fight every guy here at the same time and win. And I'm not that big of a guy, but they were all fat and lazy, all just doing it. And like, I'm looking, I'm like, and they're ugly, and no one's living. They're existing. Everyone in that coffee shop was existing. Nobody was living. I mean, you could pay $100. Let's go do this great hike just down the road. No one would do it, guarantee you. So be prepared to be lonely. And boy, have fun. Like the next 10 years at minimum, you're going to have fun exploring and seeing the world, traveling, hiking, motorcycle riding, do what you want. But you're going to start wondering, like, where is everyone? And I would say for now, really enjoy it. Like if you got people in your life, like good friends that just, they hang out, maybe they're not great deep philosophers. That's all right. Go hang out with them. Appreciate them while they're out. Because you got about 8 years before they're all gone. Married, kids, whatever. Debt, extreme politics. And then you got about 10 years of novelty the world will give you. That'll carry you to about 40. Keep a keen eye out for a really cool, classy gal. But just be prepared to be lonely in many regards, intellectually, personally, physically, vision-wise. It is like the guy charging out of the trenches, like, let's go, we can get him. And everyone's still in the trenches. And you're like, you're going to get bombed in the trenches. That's death. Well, you'd have to get up out of the trench and go do something. Yes, you would. But forget those people. Just move, go, live your life. That's about it. That's all I could really say. Boom. Sit. See you guys later. Toodles.